Been away for about 6 weeks, and when we go in the van, we have a tendency to eat a lot of cake and chocolate and treat ourselves to restaurant meals, and I'm just really getting fed up with it now. I'm just getting tired of eating junk. So I've decided to come up with this new concoction. It could have been tater ash. I started out by frying some onion. I did a whole chopped onion and fried it. Then I thought I'm going to fry all the veg to give it extra flavour. And then I thought I've got all this bone broth that I bought, and I was thinking that'll add a meaty flavour to it, and bone broth is supposed to be good for you as well, it's supposed to be healthy. So I added the entire bone broth to this. A tin of tomato. I've thrown the... oh no, there it is. An entire tin of diced tomato because it gives it a nice flavour. I'm going to add salt and pepper to it. Maybe I could add some peri-peri flavouring or chili flavouring to it. Or I could make it an Indian curry flavour and add a bit of curry. I've added Italian herbs, mixed herbs. So, you know, like dill, rosemary, thyme, those types of green herbs. You know, all the chopped green herbs, parsley, that sort of thing. That's in the Italian mix. I've got an entire cauliflower here. I used up a bag of carrots, which is about 5 carrots that I chopped up and fried and then added to this pot, which is with half water, then a tin of tomato, a full container of broth, bone broth. I'm going to add these small purple potatoes because purple food's supposed to be better for you. And I thought, I didn't do a lentil mix, pearl barley lentil soup mix, and that needs to soak. I should really have soaked it overnight. I haven't soaked it, so I'm going to have to try and cook it in the microwave after I've rinsed it off thoroughly, because lentils, you're supposed to really rinse them off. Add some extra seasoning. I could later on put meat. I could put a tin of spam in there. We need to use up our spam. I could put a tin of bacon spam in with it, or I could add it afterwards, chop it up and add it later if I want it more meaty than it already is. Or I could defrost some mince and put a bit of mince into it. Fry some mince and add that. So the options, you know, we've got other options. Or you could do some rice and add it to rice, and that would stretch it out further and make it last longer. I was supposed to be heading down this path where I would do veggie laden food and just a tiny amount of meat added for flavouring. Okay, I've added the cauliflower to the pot. I washed and chopped up the potato, and I've added some Himalayan salt, some olive oil, a tad of rosemary, not a lot of rosemary because it has a very strong flavour. And I'm just cooking the flavours into the potato before I put it into the pot of water there. Because water can strip your food of flavour. When the lentils are ready, I'll be adding the lentils to this, which should have boiled down by the time I got the lentils ready. The liquid just tends to boil down, and that'll make it a thicker consistency. Apply this tomato paste, pizza sauce, and that adds extra seasoning and flavour. It's what you do with a bolognese sauce, is you add tomato puree, tomato paste, a thick paste, and you keep boiling it down and adding water and boiling it down. Okay, I took them out of the oven, microwave oven, and I got the oven gloves so that I could get hold of the side of it, like that. Poured it into the sieve, rinsed it in the sieve, put the stuff back into the emptied bowl and added water to rinse it one last time. You can see it's plumped up now, like the pearl barley is plumped up, and all the kidney beans and butter beans have plumped up. So I've decided to add feta cheese and sauerkraut to this. This is a soup that I did a couple of days ago, and I've had quite a few helpings out of it, but it's, as you can see, it's really low now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another tin of tomato, chop up some carrots and put that in straight away, because you can eat raw carrot, that's fine. I'll be heating it up in the microwave, not in the pan. Broccoli doesn't need a lot of cooking either, less than carrots. So I'll just stick that in. So I added another whole cauliflower to it, and I've eaten it down to that. And then the carrots can go in as is. But the potatoes will need to be cooked a little bit, because I have to cook them in the potato cooker because they take a long time to cook. So I'm going to pre-cook the potato. Four minutes? Yeah, 4 minutes should do it. The more potatoes you have, the longer you have to cook it for. I'll chop up the carrot, and I've got a full pot of bone broth for flavour. Rather than adding a load of water and watering down the flavour, I'll put bone broth and tomato in it to get the flavour up. And I might add an extra bit of salt and pepper to it as well. Where's the focus? Barbecue. Ah, there's the focus, right. So there's the soup revitalised. I added 3 tins of water on top of that. Some extra... Oh yeah, I should put some chili. Let's put a bit of chili in as well, because just a bit of chili powder. Get a zing. What I do now is grab some of that, scoop some out. Where's the potatoes? Yeah. I'll try and grab a potato in it as well, if I can find them. Right. There's no dairy in that. The broth, the beef broth, is the only animal product so far, but I'm going to add feta cheese on top for extra zing, extra saltiness, and the sauerkraut. So I just added some feta cheese and sauerkraut to that, and this is going back in the fridge. I just went into the old food stocks and I found some spam that dates back to 2020. So I was gonna do some bacon spam in it, but then when I found this stuff dating back to 2020, I thought I'd better eat that. Some champignons, some butter beans, because I like to do a carrot and butter bean soup as well. I don't have a 4B mix down here. I did get some down. 4B mix. So I've put bone broth, a tin of tomato, and then I'm frying spam. The tin of champignon, some cooked mushroom, 2 onions. I put the chili powder, garlic flakes, whatever seasonings you like really, whatever you like as far as flavour. You can put Italian herbs, Indian spices, Chinese spices, whatever spices you prefer in there to give it its flavour. And I think I'm going to make this the last permutation of the soup now. I'm going to eat it up and start from scratch and make a new one. I've been rotating it for over a week now. It's really great. You know, when I get hungry, I just go, yeah, just get yourself some soup. There it is. If you want bread with it, you can do bread with it. Feta cheese, sauerkraut, meat. You can do minced meat with it, or tinned ham, tinned spam. Well, whatever you can think of that you like to put with your veggies, and just make that. I find that 4 minutes in the microwave cooks it through just enough, so just on the teeth. When your carrots are more raw, you get more nutrients out of it. This is the last permutation of this soup. I'm going to add 4B mix to the juice and blend it. Yeah, it's a bit wet. It's come out a bit wet, that. I like it smoother. I think it might need more beans putting in it to get a smoother texture. And I've just got this, which I'm going to put sauerkraut and the last of my feta cheese in. And I've got some leftover juice here. So I like carrot and butter bean soup. So what I do is I add whole butter beans to a carrot soup usually, but that's not really. It usually comes out as a thick consistency, but that's actually too runny. Well, anyway, we'll see how it comes out.